All right. Hello, everyone. I am going to be doing a astrology slash tarot reading for each sign. Just a real quick reading for the week of starting today, the 29th of December, through the beginning of 2020. So that's going to be ending next Saturday, January the 4th. So I'm going to start with Aries. And I'm going to do something a little unique here. Or not really unique at all, but unique to things I've done before. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a chart here. When we get to, I'm going to do a 3-card reading. So when we get to the second card, I'm going to pull up the chart each time I'm running through one of the signs. And we'll kind of look at the actual astrology and how it may affect each sign. So let's get started with Aries. So right now I'm just kind of mixing up my cards because I had them all go in the same direction, and I definitely want the cards to get a good mix before I get going. I've been kind of shuffling them, but I haven't really started turning them around different directions. So now I'm doing that, and I'm thinking about Aries in the first house because that's what Aries rules, and this week that's coming up. And I'm also thinking about the planets and where they're at. And this reading is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. So this energy, if any of those placements apply to you, you could go ahead and get something out of this. And you could, go throughout this entire reading and look at different placements. Like, say you have an Aries rising, but you have a Leo sun and a Cancer moon. Well, you could watch all three and kind of get a little something from each. All right, so Aries, sun, moon, rising, 3-card reading, and astrology on top of that. So here we go. All right, so we've got the 7 of Cups, Aries. All right. Now let's kind of look at this card a little bit here. The 7 of Cups is kind of, to me, it depicts kind of like nostalgia. Like where you're thinking, well, not really nostalgia, actually. It's more like, it can have a bit of that, but it's more like you have all these illusions. So it's actually, it's upright. It kind of depicts illusion, and that can go into nostalgia where, you're looking to the past and trying to understand the present according to the past and the future, and you're mixing them all up, and you're not really getting a clear vision of the present because you're letting all these ideas and everything, especially emotions, it can, because any cup card is an emotional card, so you're letting emotions from the past or just perceptions, ways of being, modalities basically kind of influence your present. And even when you think about the future, it's tied into your past, so you're kind of almost chaining yourself to the past in the present, and you don't want to do that. So it's called debauchery, because what it is it's overextending of emotion. It's overextending the emotion until it becomes stagnant. And the reason why it is stagnant is because it's not grounded in the present. Okay? So I'm looking at it as an opportunity because it's potent energy no matter what. It's an emotional energy. So it can be a place to start. You just have to realize that energy is there, the energy that can draw you into taking yourself out of the present and kind of go escapism, basically going into that. So instead of getting into the escapism, Aries, try to ground yourself. And this is going to be mostly early in the week, like today even. that you're feeling this energy. Take a moment, reflect, feel it, let it pass. Just let it go. Find a way to ground yourself. Maybe watch a movie. Take some time to just kind of let your mind have its moment to just be confused or just kind of out of whack a bit. And instead of staying there, just kind of let it go, you know. Move on. Get your grounding however it may be. So now we're going to look at the astrology, because this is midweek, and this is when the astrology I want to talk about really comes into play. But before we do that, we're going to pull a card for midweek. We got the Lovers reversed, okay? Now what this is saying, Aries, it's a major arcana card. So what it's telling me is that there's this potent energy, this Lovers energy, and when it's reversed, the Lovers is what it says. It's about a relationship. And when it's reversed, it can signify the souring of a relationship or some kind of struggle in the relationship. So I'd say going into midweek or beginning to midweek, you're going to be feeling this energy from a relationship that feels like it's not, it's almost a shackled thing. Like you can't get away from it, but at the same time, it's like not doing it for you type of thing. Now, this may be a passing thing. This may just be a hurdle or an annoyance even. It could be a lighter energy, but we're going to look at the astrology now and kind of narrow this down, because this is what the universe is wanting me to tell Aries for this week, because it's the middle card. So it's kind of almost signifying the entire week because it's right in the middle there, and I want it to signify the astrology. So let's look at the astrology. All right, so this is pulling up an astrology site that has some stuff on it that I want to look at. I don't really promote this site or anything, but they have a chart. They have a chart here that I looked at earlier today before I went into this video, and I thought it'd be a great resource for us to look at while I made this. So we are going to focus here, Aries. This is actually set up for you. If you notice, Aries is in the first house. So we're going to look at everyone's astrology using this, but it kind of perfectly correlates to what's going on for you this week, especially about midweek or towards mid-end week, towards the end of this reading. Oh, excuse me, everyone. I apologize. This is a little annoying here. There we go. Get it back here. All right, so, there we go. I'm trying to get it on there perfect, and it's just kind of wanting to mess with me a bit. That'll work. All right. No, that's not it either. I apologize. This is the first time I've actually used this app. And here we go. This is the one I want, but it keeps like putting bars over the screen for me. I don't know if you guys are seeing it. Let me see if I can. I may not be able to do it this way. It's just really not wanting to cooperate with me. Okay, let me try it one more time. I may just have to leave it in the smaller version, because when I try to blow it up, that's when it gets all wonky on me. But let me try it one more time. Let me blow it up just enough, alright, that I can get my point across. There we go. I'll leave it like that, because at least I can see what I want to see, so I can say what I want to say. Okay, now, we have a ton of planets in Capricorn. So for you Aries, um, let's look. It's kind of placing it in your 10th house, which is your career house. You have a lot of stuff going on in your career right now. And it's a lot of stuff that is good stuff. I mean, all these planets. Jupiter just came into Capricorn, which is the planet of luck and fortune. So if you've been working hard there, Aries, it's paying off for you in a big way. The universe is kind of bringing everything together for your career. All right. But let's go over here and look at. I want to say. Well, let's look at your first house. All right. You got the moon is in Aries here, and this is for the second. So the beginning of the week, this energy, this Aries energy, is the moon is going to be in Aries. So you're going to start feeling more emotional, more of yourself. Like you're going to be really potent with your energy, like when you're interacting with other people. And you have Chiron here, which is the wounded healer. So you're kind of going through a thing right now, anyways, where yourself is just kind of really, well, you may have suffered a wound to your self esteem and you're just kind of healing from it. And your healing, though, is helping others heal. So, and this isn't something you're used to. So it's kind of like an energy that's kind of new to you that you're having to deal with, but you're dealing with it. You can actually be pretty proud of how you're dealing with it, and your emotions are going to kind of hit that sore point this week, though. And it could center around this lover situation. So it could be that your lover really just kind of hits that nerve. Maybe the relationship itself, you're deluding yourself about some things, and it's starting to become apparent, and you're just kind of losing patience. So you need to assess whether or not it really is a delusion, whether or not these things that you're losing patience with are things that you can get over and they're not that big of a deal and you just kind of let it pass. Or perhaps, you know, Venus here, it's gone into the sign of Aquarius. It's departed all this Capricorn energy. It was in Capricorn for a while. And so Venus is what you find pleasure in, visceral pleasure, like tangible, everyday creature comforts type pleasure. And it's going into Aquarius. So you just moved out of a modality of where maybe you were finding pleasure in Capricorn, which signifies the career and status, and now you're going more into humanitarian type things. So it could be that you're leaving some things behind, or your career is taking a new step into more of a humanitarian, like where you're going to have to give of yourself more, like a different role. You're going to have to give of yourself more, and it could bring you financial gain because Aquarius often depicts a sign where, financial windfalls come along with this humanitarianism. So your career could be pushing you out onto the stage even further to where you are, people are really attracted to you and your qualities that you bring pleasure to the workplace, I would say. And I would say, right here, it's kind of like a line. The universe is kind of aligning for everyone. A lot of things are real tough. Basically, things are being shed that just don't work anymore, where a lot of us clung to those things for so long. The universe itself is shaking us all, and it's not allowing us to cling to those things that we are outdated, that don't work anymore, weren't destined to be, things that we were trying to fit in a box, fit like a square peg in a round hole, and that just doesn't fit, right? But along with that, if you're actually listening to the universe and you're doing those things, it's here to support you and to bless you. So this is a week where, although the lover's situation might be going on, there are other things in the universe that are letting you feel maybe the universe itself is becoming your lover, and it's kind of overshadowing your actual lover in your life because it's the one that's giving you the nurturing and the support that you need. Your actual existence is giving it to you, Aries. So let's get out of this and back to me, Muah. And I'll give you your third card there, Aries. Your third card towards the end of the week, it's the King of Swords reversed, all right? Now, a lot of times the court cards, they signify actual people in your life, okay? Or a certain type of really potent energy. And it could also signify you or an aspect of you or an aspect of somebody that's close to you that's in your life. So the King of Swords it's in reverse. So this could be a conflict with somebody who is highly intellectual. Swords signify intellect and the mind. Somebody that operates from an intellectual level most of the time. Somebody that tries to be moral and upright. So there could be some kind of a conflict with this person, maybe even surrounding this lover situation. Maybe it's not even you that's got this lover situation going on, but it's just kind of hitting your last nerve because maybe this person isn't really using their brain, right? They have all the capabilities in the world to figure something out that you see readily apparent, but for some reason they're not seeing this, right? And the reason why I'm thinking this has to do other than you is because your astrology doesn't really show this conflict. So this could just be in your periphery, right? Something that you're dealing with in your life. Energies from someone else. And that happens a lot when you have court cards come out like that, where it kind of shifts the reading a little bit to energy that is more aligned with things going on around you, maybe not so much what's going on with you. Because your reality isn't just you, it's you and the world, right? You're in this relationship with everything around you. So this could be energy that's brought into your world that it looks like maybe somebody around you is dealing with a really bad situation with their lover, and they're just not really in the best state of mind this week, and you might have to deal with that. I'm not gonna pull another card because I was thinking about it, but I do want to keep these semi-short here. And I'm at 18 minutes, so I'm going to move on to Taurus now. So let me go ahead and do that. Aries, I would just say keep a lookout for this person. It could also be somebody that's trying to undercut something that you're doing. So if it does have something to do with your career, just keep an eye out for somebody that is really intellectual and smart that might have it out for you or might not be just jiving with your energy in general. The vibe I get from the card, though, itself is just maybe somebody's struggling. So a lot of times it's not just like these good or evil scenarios, that a lot of times when tarot card readers read, they're like, this is a bad person, and it could just be the energy that person is dealing with. They could be normally the upright King of Swords, but this week they're just not. All right, something like that, and that's kind of my intuition speaking to kind of clarify that, because I'll get a vibe from a card. So when I pull out a card, even if it's reversed, sometimes I'll understand that the energy of what it's trying to say is more of what's reversed than the actual being behind the energy. So I'm kind of getting that for that case. So it could be a friend of yours is just kind of off a bit this week. All right, so Taurus. We're at 1941, Taurus. And what is what is this week's energy trying to tell Taurus? Oh, that's jumping out at me. Let's see what that is. I got the Two of Wands reversed, Taurus. All right, the Two of Wands reversed. The Two of Wands, a lot of times it has to do with enterprises. All right, I could go giving you guys the classical readings, but at some point I got to just use my intuition, and that's what I'm doing right now, Taurus. That's why I said enterprises, because this doesn't always mean that, but this is what I'm feeling. The enterprise that it was like a partnership thing that you were endeavoring upon early in the week, maybe even today, is kind of having some sort of a hiccup. Let's just leave it at that for now. Like it's kind of got a struggle going on. It's not as smooth sailing as you were intending and hoping and envisioning it to be. All right? So let's see what the midweek has for you, Taurus. And my advice with that is, just calm yourself, center yourself. You're good at that, Taurus. Breathe. Realize that even if it doesn't work out the way that you saw it working out in your mind's eye, it will still work out for the best. It will still be good, and it could change. It could still work out for you. So just let the moment pass. Accept that it may not be what you wanted it to be. All right, so let's go for midweek here. You know what? I don't really need to pull up that visual anymore. I just kind of wanted to do it once there at the beginning, and it was such a pain in the butt, I'll kind of leave it alone. But for you, Taurus, basically, all that energy, that Capricorn energy that is in the 10th house for Aries, it is in your 9th house, all right? So what that means is 9th house is very spiritual. It's a house where it's the house of philosophy, can often even be religion. It's higher vibrational energy. It's ruled by Jupiter, okay? So I'm going to pull out the second card because the second card's going to tell this is a transformational period for you, Taurus, spiritually, philosophically. And it's at a higher vibrational level because that Capricorn energy is strong, okay? So it's about you really aligning yourself with spirituality and higher levels of consciousness. And I've got the Ace of Cups reversed midweek, all right? Something's not right, Taurus. Something's not right. Heartache at a soul level. And it's right next to this Two of Wands. So this enterprise that we're talking about, it could cause you some major heartache. And it's a spirit, I'm getting this, it's a spirit partnership. There's emotion partnerships, which is love. That's the Two of Cups. The Two of Wands can often signify a spirit partnership. So this could be your partner is struggling, or someone you deeply love is struggling. And you see that struggle and it's just breaking your heart. And what you need to do, no matter how hard it is, that person, they need to have some guess, room from you. Not as in like they want to get away from you or anything. They just need to have their own individuality to struggle hardcore without, not that you're not allowed to struggle, but without your struggle being a part of their struggle. So basically, their struggle needs to be their own struggle. And your struggle may be dealing with whatever it is, but it needs to be, you need to step away from it. You need to let them have their struggle, because their struggle is deeper and harder than yours. And what you're doing, or you're going to be tempted to do, is to go into their struggle as much as you can and just feel that with them. And you can't do that. You have to have your own thing. And that's what's going to help. I know that sounds cold-hearted, but that's what's going to help, because when you give them their struggle, they'll get lighter. They will be able to deal with it better, because that's what they're going through. They need to have their own thing. So it may feel like you're alone for a minute with your partner right by your side, or whoever this enterprise thing is, right by your side. And it's because of grief. So you each need to have your own grief, all right? Separate grief in your own separate way. And that's what's going to allow you to come back together, because you're going to have felt your own grief in your own separate way, and you're not taking their grief on with yours and trying to mix it. You're letting each individual have their own grief in their own way. And that's going to be very important. Towards the end of the week, Four of Swords reversed. All right. Four of Swords reversed. This is a truce broken, or a truce released. So maybe there was some sort of compromise that everybody kind of took a back seat to the compromise itself and put it at the forefront. And they were all just kind of operating on that compromise. And it was there for a reason. It was there to keep everything going, right? Like a truce. But somebody's not having it. Somebody's like, no more. And it kind of is going to open the floodgates, but they need to be opened. The truce wasn't working for a reason. It wasn't allowing everyone to do what they needed to do. And that may be hard for you, because maybe the truce was working for you, all right? But Taurus, you need to let that go. You need to let that go. You need to try to find another way. Another way is out there. Just open yourself to possibilities. And that's your reading. All right. So I would say, just looking at the astrology, where all the planets are, Venus moving into your 10th house, into Aquarius, people are going to be drawn to you because you're different. They see something different about you, like your status, your who you are, your career, right? It's gonna start to, people are gonna notice it, and what they're gonna notice is that you're unique and you're different. You offer a lot to humanity. You need to kind of embrace that, Taurus, and go with it. And it stems from your spirituality, and you're kind of tying the two together in a way. And it's really a beautiful thing, and that's what the universe is doing for you. So you're doing everything correctly. It's just really hard stuff that you're going through. A lot of people are right now, but you especially are. And I just take my hat off to the fact that you're still working this spiritual path the way that you are. Keep going. All right. Gemini. Gemini. Right now I've got a special Gemini in my life that I'm thinking about right now. It's not for this reading in particular. This reading's for whichever Geminis watch this, Sun, Moon, Rising. But I can't help but whenever I do readings, a lot of times, certain people in my life that I know their signs and I know what they're going through, they kind of signify my heart and how I feel for the sign that I'm reading for, if that makes any sense. And it kind of opens me up to a lot of things, not just, it doesn't like particularize the reading, but it does open me up to understanding and hearing the energies for the other Geminis that are actually listening and doing this reading. So it's just something I kind of do. When I go to the next sign, I'm thinking of people that I know and love, you know what I mean? And it kind of helps. Gemini. I was thinking of some people I know and love. All right. And I've just been doing a lot of prayer for this person that I love so much. And I have a lot of faith that the prayer that I've been doing is going to help. Not because I'm like super special or anything, but there's a reason why prayer works. I'll just leave it at that. All right, here we go. Gemini. We got the Page of Swords in reverse. Okay, this can be about news, Gemini. And when it's in reverse, it's usually not the news you were hoping for. Or it could be unexpected news. Swords, they have to do with the mind and the intellect, but they can also have to do with surgical procedures. And they can also have to do with, they can also have to do with, it's hard to say, like a malice, I would say. Malice. A lot of times air can signify malice. It's just one of the qualities of air. You know, we have tornadoes, we have hurricanes, things like that. And the swords are air. All right, so when you have the messenger of air, which is the Page of Swords, in reverse, it means usually bad news is the best descriptive. Bad news, I'm sorry. And it could even be today or early in the week, this week. All I can do is say I'm sorry. Bad news always sucks. So let's go to the midweek, and then I'm going to look into the astrology and talk about the astrology of the week, of what's going on for you there, Gemini. Because that big group of planets in Capricorn, they're in your 8th house. House of transformation, spiritual rebirth, deep dark secrets, the occult, other people's resources, finances that you don't have control of but can benefit you, taxes, a lot of things. Basically, the flip side of life. All right? And you've got a lot of energy going on there. Even in your, and it's Capricorn energy, which can be about being upright. So you could be going through a new spiritual awakening, a new rebirth of sorts, that it's putting you in a place where you're having to butt up against a lot of things in your career, and it's meant to solidify you. It's meant to make you stronger. It could be that you're coming upon some new occult knowledge, that you're becoming stronger in the occult. Could be that you're becoming stronger in general, and maybe find some kind of financial windfall, or maybe you're struggling with finances and it's a tough thing. But Gemini, whatever it is that's going on with this area of your life, you are learning to be highly moral, highly capable in this aspect. Someone who can weather the storms, basically. So this a lot of times has to do with hardships. Well, it's the phoenix rising from the ashes. So that's never easy stuff to deal with. Scorpios in general know what I'm talking about with that. Their whole life's about that. That's the theme of their life. And with all these planets in that eighth house in Capricorn, that part of life that everybody has the eighth house, that's in focus for you right now, Gemini. And that ninth house, Venus, she just went into the ninth house. So you're going to be able to find some sort of pleasure or release in something odd or something new or something humanitarian or something philosophical, even like something maybe even spiritual and religious. This could be a very spiritual time for you right now, Gemini. Let me see what the midweek card is. We've got the Full upright. This is a new beginning, a real new beginning for you this week. It's a major arcana card, which is very potent energy. And the Fool itself is about stepping into the unknown. It's about taking who you are and putting yourself in a position where you can't even anticipate what the outcome is going to be. It's about faith. It's about having faith. So maybe this bad news comes, but it doesn't knock you off your rocker, because right now you're going through a time in your life where things that should be knocking you off your rocker aren't, because you are getting stronger and stronger and stronger inside yourself. All right. That's what that eighth house energy is, that Scorpio energy. That's the unseen world all around us. You're becoming at peace with that world and understanding it at a high, high level. Okay. So this could also mean babies or young people. See that little guy there? There's a reason why he's a little guy. He's a little, looks like a little puppy, all right? Newness. Maybe there'll be news of pregnancy. Maybe the bad news was about a pregnancy. Maybe. I'm getting a shining light from this card, all right? This is part of my intuition, all right? This card could be pretty mundane, or it can mean a lot of different things. This is what the story's telling me. Bad news. This is weak. I think this bad news is wrong even, maybe. And your strength of spirit manifests this, all right? You're not going to let that bad news be the news. You have faith that it's not the news, okay? Go with your faith. It's really strong, you know? You know, before I started on you, Gemini, I was talking about prayer and faith. And then I get this card. So that prayer and that faith, that might overcome that bad news. That bad news may be old news by the end of the week. Let's go into your last card for the week, the Moon. Reversed. Now the Moon, it's a card about illusions, and it's another major arcana card. And it could be deceptions and danger even. When it's in reverse, a lot of times that can mean extreme danger. But a lot of times it can be the releasing of whatever the energy is to begin with, which would be the releasing of a dangerous situation or moving away from a bad situation. Like, it almost looks like this new beginning leads to this, the leaving of deception, the leaving of a bad situation. And it almost aligns with this. So for me, this is about losing illusion. All right? Not allowing illusion to reign anymore when it's in reverse. So, especially when it's right next to the Fool like that, it's like you're stepping out of the illusion. No matter what that bad news is, you are stepping away from it, and you are just done with that. You're done with it. Like whatever path it sends you down, you are stepping into something new. And make sure it's not real deception, self-deception, to where you're stepping into your own self-deception and it's going to lead you into extreme danger, because that's what this could signify. I don't want it to. I would rather it lead you into whatever the illusion is that's going on. Maybe the illusion makes you comfortable because it's what your heart desires. But if it's an illusion, you got to let it go. You got to step out of it and deal with the aftermath. Deal with all the emotions deal with the newness of letting go of something that can't be. Stepping into something new. Deal with that. That's where the blessings will come. That's where the blessings will come. And they'll come in a way that you would never have imagined. But the lies and the deception, that has to stop. Whatever it is, the wrong words, these are words. This reversed is words. Whoever's got the wrong words or the lies that's bringing bad news, because I'm getting that this news, whatever it is probably mixed up with a bunch of lies, a bunch of deceit, a bunch of mental games and gymnastics that are not good, okay? Step into it. Step not into the lies, but step into it. Step into the future. Step away from the lies. Step into the thing that you may be afraid of, because the Fool, that's what the Fool does. It steps into the unknown. It steps into the possibility of destruction even. But it's a blessing. We all have to do that sometimes. And you're being called to do that now, all right? So get away from the lies, get away from the illusion, get away from the deceit, get away from I would even almost say evil sometimes when it's reversed. Get away from the evil path. Because the moon's about a path, all right? It's about going down a path and everything around you is deceiving you and giving you wrong information. Get out of that. Start a new path. All right, Gemini. We're going to Cancer. Cancer. Lots of Cancers that I love. I've got a Cancer moon. So, what that means is I have Cancerian, like emotions. My emotional world is very tied to the moon and Cancer. And home and family roots, ties, things like that. My own little clan, my own little clique, the people I decide to love. All right, Cancer. Got the Six of Wands upright. All right. Six of Wands upright. This is victory. All right, victory. See that path, that flowing ribbon? These are ribbons in these cards. See that ribbon? And see the wands pointing up like a V and the ribbon going up? Victory, the ascension. All right, this is today, early in the week. Celebrate. Celebrate your victory. Cancer, celebrate your victory. You deserve it. All right. Victory is always it's always about the spirit embarking, and then it finally gets to the place where it has the victory. So you have that. That's good. Thinking about your midweek and your astrology and where this big cluster of planets are. We got Jupiter, Saturn, North Node, the Sun, Mercury. They're all in Capricorn, all right? And that's your seventh house of partnerships. It's the other. We all have ourself. That's signified by Aries in the first house. But then there's the other, which is signified by Libra in the seventh house in the partnership. Well, the world isn't what people think it is, where it's just like these, we're all separate beings, right? No. We are more than that. Everything you see around you, everyone that you have around you, they're all a part of you. All right. And that's what the seventh house signifies. It signifies where that mirror where you're standing right in front of it. And it's just as much you in the reflection as you are giving off the reflection. Okay. So that's why marriage and business partnerships are often signified by the seventh house, because those partnerships are the ones that really tie in the most. That and Libra is ruled by Venus, which Venus is the planet of love, so definitely is going to have something to do with marriage. But it also has to do with affinity, and that's where the business partnerships come in, because you usually go into partnership with somebody that you like a lot, like a best friend or just somebody you get along with really well. And so you have a lot of energy here in Capricorn, which is upright. It's going somewhere. Capricorn's always going somewhere, right? So all these planets are going somewhere for you. And where they're going for you, Cancer, is towards partnerships and relationships. Now, that could be a challenge because Cancer and Libra are square, all right? So that means your sun is square all this stuff, right? But that can be, it's like, the way that I look at squares is it's like a whetstone, right? You could sharpen yourself on it. So during this season, these relationships, there may be some struggles, right? Coming along. But at the same time, these relationships are going to help you hone yourself and become exactly who you need to be, who you already are. And they may hone a lot of other people also. The other side of it, the mirror. Those people are going to be feeling it too because they're interacting with you. And that's your reality. And so they're a part of your reality. They're going to be feeling it. So you have some sort of victory going on with all this. And Venus is moved into your 8th house. So spirituality and the occult and things unseen, maybe even money, might be coming to you this week. Maybe it's a good week to file your taxes. Get that all in order. Get them in, especially if you're married. Work on it with your partner. Might be a good week for that. Victory. Maybe that's what the victory is. You already know about filing your taxes, and you already know you've got it all turbo-taxed up, and you're getting some kind of money coming your way here real soon. Who knows? But I wouldn't put it outside of the realm of possibility there. So let's pull a card for the midweek for you there, Cancer. 4 of Swords. Now this is that energy, that 4, squared. Squared, all right? With Libra even. Libra is air. So this is the air of squares, reversed, all right? I got this earlier, and I called it breaking of a truce. That's not what it's really signifying for you. What it's signifying for you is more cutting through the bullshit. All right? Because you're at a place right now where you have to cut through the bullshit because let's just face it, sometimes the bullshit, because you're an emotional sign, can run you, right? But you're not letting that happen. You're working on your relationships with other people right now. You're standing upright like a Capricorn. You're going up the mountain of relationships. So going up that mountain of relationships, you're gonna have conflict, and people aren't gonna see eye to eye. And that truce, that tranquility from a truce, doesn't stand over the bullshit that needs to be cut. So this is cutting the bullshit, Cancer. Basically, you're going to have to say something to someone who needs something to be said to them about midweek. All right. End of week. 10 of Pentacles. Upright. That's that money I was talking about. That's that money. That's that money. That's that victory. That's the goods. All right? It's going to be a good week for you, Cancer. Good week for you. All right. Leo. Leos. Right now, Leos, man. The universe is kind of doing something with Leos right now. It's teaching them something. And in teaching them something, other people can see it because they're ruled by the sun. And they just are blasting out all the things they're learning, right? So the cosmos is teaching us all a bunch of things right now. And it's leading up to the 2020, which is the decision year. It's the double decision, the Aeon, signified by the 20th card of the major arcana, which is the Aeon, or the decision, or the judgment. And we all have a decision to make. Who are you going to vote for? Trump or some Democrat? Or neither. Hashtag anarchy, by the way. That's going to be my choice in 2020. And it might be the choice of more people out there. We may all be getting to the end of all this because we just went through the Sun 19. And all the lights were turned on and all the cockroaches that were scurrying around went everywhere. So we know exactly who everyone is right now. And a lot of us are going, well, I don't want none of it. None of it, right? I don't know why I'm talking about this right now, but I am. And guess what? Acoustic Stevo, the Human Patriot, I'm having none of it. I will not ever participate in this charade ever again. And it is a charade. I'll just leave it at that for now. I'll talk more about that on my other channel that I'm getting ready to start up called either Human Patriot or Anarchy Now. I haven't decided yet. But we are thinking about you, Leo. When I think about you, Leo, I think about anarchy. Because you're the sun. You're the one pushing through all this energy. All this energy that I feel and that I see that lets me know that we all have a decision, and I hope we make the right one. And it has nothing to do with voting for... Who cares who votes for what, really? Maybe not voting. That'd be cool if everybody just didn't vote. But other than that, that's probably not going to happen. We all have a decision as human beings in this 2020 year. Like, what are we going to do? What are we going to live for? What are we going to find meaning in? And you, Leo, you are leading the way in this because you're totally... You got all this stuff in your 6th house of work, right? You've been kind of put through the paces with a lot of this stuff. You're kind of in worker bee mode right now, and that's not normal for you, all right? And you're finding yourself in it, though, where you wouldn't think you would. Like, you're finding yourself in it. And everybody else is able to find themselves just by looking at you, find yourself in somewhere where you normally never would. All right? If that makes any sense there, Leo. But I'm going to get into your weekly reading here for this upcoming 2020 year of decisions. We got King of Cups in reverse. That's today, beginning of the week. We're talking about people again, all right? This is an emotional person, a male. Um, this is what this card could mean a number of different things, but I'm telling you what my intuition is telling me it is. It's a man. Um, a man who is very emotional but hides his emotions. All right? He doesn't want people to think he's emotional, but people know he is, okay? And he's not in a good mood right now, and he's kind of taking it out on people, and you're seeing that, and it is bugging the hell out of you, Leo. You just kind of just want to like put the smack down. Restrain yourself. Let it go. You got better things to do, okay? Don't let this guy get to you. Midweek. Let's see what we got here, Leo. Ace of Pentacles. Boom, Leo. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. The universe. It's using you as a magnifying glass. Boom. It could be money. That could be a promotion. That is the discs, Ace of Discs, or Ace of Pentacles. That's about material things. So when it's potent with the number one, the ace, it's about you being in line with the material world to the point where the material world wants to bless you, okay? And that could just mean that you are a rock, okay? You're a rock for a lot of people. But midweek, you're really going to be feeling that energy of being that rock, and maybe you'll even have something to back it up, like some extra rocks in your pocket, if you know what I mean. All right, let's see what the end of the week's got here for you, Leo. Got the Six of Swords upright. This is science, okay? That's what this signifies, science. Science in the way of using applied standardized thought patterns, normal ways of doing things to achieve something. Because it a lot of times it has to do with institutions. So an institutionalized way of doing things, all right, would be the way to go about doing whatever it is that you're doing. So for me, this looks like, just reading it, this guy, you're not the only one that noticed that he's kind of being a little biatch, all right? But you're not. And the institution is taking notice of that, okay? Rightfully so. And they see that you are adept in what you do. So you could very well, if not reap the benefits of that, at least the seed is strongly being sown this week for you too in the future, in the very near future. All right, Leo. And that's especially with all your planets that are in Capricorn being in your sixth house of work, all right? Straight up, you're knocking it out of the ballpark. You're doing the right thing in so many different ways. And your relationships, you can have some fun this week in your relationships. You have Aquarius, Venus in Aquarius, which is, in my opinion, always kind of fun. It brings fun stuff, all right? Different stuff, all right? And that's sitting in your house of relationships, in your seventh house, so you could get some fun stuff, if you know what I mean, going on there, Leo. All right. Virgo. You know what? I was thinking about kind of time stamping this video. But you got to have time to time stamp, if you know what I mean. And there's a reason why I haven't done one of these in a while, and it has to do with time, you know. I kind of had to fish this time out of the universe. It came to me, and I'm taking it. I'll put it that way. And Virgo, you're kind of on the center stage right now. So you're almost like Leo, where you're normally the worker, right? And Leo's normally on center stage. But now, you are. Because your stuff is in the 5th house, Capricorn. So not only are you on center stage, but this is kind of new for you. You're learning how to be on center stage, and you're becoming a master of it. Because whatever you're going to do, you're going to become the master of it. So even though it might be a little uncomfortable for you, you're figuring it out. All right? So let's get to it. Let's see what the beginning of the week's got for you. We got the 4 of Wands in reverse. This is a celebration causing stress and strife, a reunion of some sort, ceremony of some sort, causing stress and strife. Maybe you're on center stage and it's kind of a struggle right this second, you know. This is the beginning of the week. This could even be today. Maybe there's some kind of thing that you had to be participating in and it's just kind of not going well, all right? Or there's some things that you've got to work through. But you're a worker. That's what you do. So you'll figure it out. All right, let's see what we got going on here. Midweek. Ooh, lots of wands so far. Ace of Wands reversed. All right. Your spirit. It's a number 1, and it's the spirit card of Wands. This is your spirit in reversed. That kind of makes me think that something's going to throw you off, all right? Maybe it's this thing that's happening now or in the near future with the event. It's going to throw you off. It's going to cause you, I would say, to second guess yourself or to feel like you're lesser than for some reason, to be self-critical of a lot of things, to feel like you don't have the backing of the universe, that the universe isn't on your side, but you're wrong, Virgo. The universe is on your side. It's just a tough time. People go through tough times. People go through tough situations. And you know that. So, you have every reason to feel that way, by the way. This stuff that's going on sucks bad, all right? But you'll get through it. You'll get through it. And everybody will see it when you do. So remember that the eyes are on you. So don't handle this in a bad way. Get yourself together. Feel the pain. Do whatever you need to do. If you need to go in some deep, dark room and punch a punching bag in your garage or whatever, who knows what you got going on. Find a cat cave to run down in and scream and cuss and do whatever you got to do. But then come back out of the cave and figure it out. All right, end of the week. Damn. Kind of feel for you there, Virgo. Kind of sucks. Temperance. 14. That's what you're a master of. All right? So your mastery. Temperance is the card of being able to turn shit into gold. All right? You're going to do that. You are going to do that. I'll just leave it at that. By the end of the week, you will have turned shit into gold. All right, Virgo. All right, Libra. Libra. My fellow Libras. I am a Libra. Libra sun. Let's, this is for Libra sun, moon rising. Us Librans, the universe is throwing Capricorn in our 4th house, all right? So that means family. So we're at, just like the Cancers were kind of at a square with this energy, we are too, all right? In our families, our clan, our emotional blanket of the universe where we can relax and feel at home. We've got a lot of planets there. And the universe wants us to feel at home The universe wants that for us. It wants us to have that right now. That's why this is, and it wants us to do it in a better way than we've ever done before. But we've got to do it the right way, okay? We've got to do it in a upright way, because Capricorn is making us do that, right? So we have Capricorn at the bottom. So we're kind of topsy-turvy in a way right now with some stuff, all right? But what it means is that the home base, we need to get good at that. We need to make that our own thing. We need to focus our energy on that, all right? So beginning of the week there, Libra, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. We got the King of Wands, upright. That is somebody that has a lot of spirit, a fiery person, most likely a male. Could signify a good friend. A lot of times when these court cards come out upright, it's somebody close to you. So this could be a good friend who's got a lot of spirit. And the fact that he's right there at the beginning, that means he's going to be a big part of the beginning of your week there, Libra. He's going to make you feel good. You know, fire is spirit. Fire is, the wands are fire. It warms you, right? You're going to be warmed. And I would say your clan, someone in your clan, because that's what all these planets are going around right now, is going to come in and hang out. You're going to have some fun. Midweek, we got the moon reversed. Illusions. Deceptions. Reversed. So this could be danger, extreme danger, because a lot of times moon upright is danger. But danger that's not really manifesting. It's just like danger that you don't see that's there. But maybe you could walk it like a tightrope over the top and never have fallen into the alligator pit below. But when it's reversed like this, it might be like someone's shaking the tightrope and the alligators are snapping, waiting for you to fall. Okay, Libra, this is midweek. So be very careful of your physical safety, even. Like, for instance, I'm a truck driver. I'm included in this. I'm going to be watching my ass this week, you know? Pulling this card out, I'm really going to be extra focused this week. I would say a lot of times things that come about out of the physical, become physical, come with a reversed moon, all right? So this could also just be illusions that are trying to trap you. So don't let them. If there's an illusion coming at you and it's trying to trap you into something, you're very intuitive and very psychic because you're the sign of the other. That means you have a very good perception of the other. So if the other is bringing you some bullshit illusion, that's very dangerous, because that's very dangerous to all Libras, is getting caught up in the other and letting the other screw you up, basically, because you are so giving of yourself and the other is such a part of yourself that oftentimes it's too much and you can be taken advantage of. Don't be deceived, Libra. Don't let the other take advantage of you and put you in a spot where you're in a bad position, all right? This could also just mean breaking of the illusion, like saying, oh no, this is the illusion, I see it, and I'm done, and flat out speaking to it as an illusion. Speaking to the illusion, saying you are an illusion, that type of thing. All right, end of the week. Pow, Libra. The Hanged Man reversed. Well, the Hanged Man is about sacrifice. So when it's reversed, oftentimes it can be a long period of sacrifice coming out of that energy. It can also do with not holding up your end of a bargain, though, too. So don't let it be that, because that's very important, is to be honorable. Right, Libra? You know that. So whatever it is that's going to come about towards the end of the week, where you're going to most likely be relieving yourself of some kind of self-sacrificial thing you've been doing, make sure you do it with integrity. Make sure you're not running from a situation, that it's indeed the time to let go of that self-sacrifice because it's had its season, so to speak. All right. Scorpio. 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 I've got a lot of Scorpio in my chart. My rising sign is Scorpio. I got Venus, Mars, Uranus, and Mercury, all in Scorpio. And my Libra sun is almost in Scorpio. I'm on the cusp, as they say. The cusp of drama and criticism. All right. So, Scorpios. This cluster of Capricorn energy, it's in your third house of communication. So, you are becoming a perfectionist at your communication. Like, you are becoming very precise. Your energy is very potent with your communication right now. And people are taking notice that what you're saying carries a lot of weight. Okay? Scorpio? People are noticing that Scorpio's got something to say. Straight up. And Scorpio, what he's got or she's got to say is backed up by the universe. You're almost being used as a mouthpiece for the universe, to be honest. So, let's see what this week's got in store for you, Scorpio. We got the Empress reversed. That can mean, the Empress to me is the card of bounty. It's the card of the universe giving bounty. It's the card of creativity. When it's reversed, it can be a blockage of that bounty, all right? So at the beginning of the week, there could be a blockage to some kind of creative bounty. Maybe you're just not feeling in tune with the universe creatively, or maybe your attempts to be creative are being blocked somehow towards the beginning of the week. Let's see what your astrology midweek card says there for communication and such. It says Queen of Wands, upright, Scorpio. A very important fiery woman, someone with a lot of spirit, a female woman with a lot of spirit, fiery, just charismatic. She's going to be in contact with you midweek, and she's got some nice things to say to you. She sees some things that she likes about you, and you guys are going to have great conversation. Okay? End of the week for you, Scorpio. We got the King of Pentacles upright. The end of the week, Scorpio, you have another court card, all right? And even the very first one was the Empress. It's technically a major arcana, but it's kind of a court card as well. So what I'm getting from this reading is that this week, maybe you, towards the beginning of the week, are supposed to, or were intending to do something creative, right? Or you're blocked creatively from doing something. Something's not quite happening for you. Could even be a loss of money, something like that, like, or maybe a lack of money. But it ends the week with the King of the Pentacles, which is the king of the money, all right? So the king of the money, you got some good news. The king of the money is going to bless you, whatever that means to you, Scorpio, all right? The king of money is going to bless you towards the end of the week. Maybe he sees your lack and thinks it's not right and wants to bless you. For some reason, the king of money is going to bless you. All right. Now we're going into Sag mode. Sagittarius. Sagittarius. All right, Sag. What do we got going on for you with your Capricorn cluster in the second house there, in the house of money and all that, Sag? Learning how to do some stuff with money, are you? Learning how to really, really work the material world, are you there, Sag? I think you might be. I think it might be something you're working on there, Sag. I think you might be getting good at it, too, huh? Yeah. All right, Sag, let's see what we got going on. Got the Ace of Cups. Upright. Yes! That's today or tomorrow or sometime early week. That's that is just being at one with your soul. And blessings of the universe. Because a lot of times when you're at one with your soul, the universe is just like smiling at you, right? And you're smiling back at yourself. Everybody's happy. That's what that is. That's what the Ace of Cups is. It's the one, the individuality of complete emotional satisfaction. All right? And that's good. That means you are good. You are just, you feel great. All right? Something great could be happening to you. Like something great that's just going to make you feel like really good. All right? I'll just leave it at that. Something great that could make you feel really good is happening. We got the Three of Wands reversed. All right, Three of Wands reversed. This is intent. This is somebody's intent gone awry. Somebody's good intent not manifesting in a great way. And you're seeing it, all right? You're seeing that somebody's trying to do something. And it's just not right because it's just not right. Maybe they're not trying to do something wrong, but what they're doing is just not cool. All right? It's just not cool. Maybe the reason why I'm getting this card for you, because I don't think it's you, Sag. I don't think it's you. Is that you're going to have the opportunity to say something to this person. And they may have the right ears to listen to you because they respect you, all right? They respect what you have to say. So you might be the only person in the world this person would listen to at this point. I would say it's not normally something that you do. Like, you normally will say things every now and then. You don't have a problem with that. But actually, like, trying to influence somebody to do something better directly, you might do it more by example or offhand comments. But it might be time for you to directly say why they're wrong and what they should do. I'll just leave it at that. All right. We have the end of the week for you, Sag. You know, that is also your astrology card. So maybe it has to do with money. So maybe and material things. Sometimes second house has to do with work too. So it could be that someone that you're close to, maybe even at work, needs some advice. All right? Somebody that you can see how it's going to hurt their material world if they make a wrong decision. Something like that. All right. By the end of the week, we have interference. All right. This is where wires are getting crossed. Everybody's got something to say, but nobody's getting nothing done. It's just like everybody's shooting. like the arrows are going this way and like between each other, but nobody is hitting right down the middle. The middle is broken. The middle is not being. The middle right there, it's got a gap and everything's kind of flowing every which way but finding the spot, the target that it needs to hit. All right? That's the end of the week for you, man. Maybe that's the end of your work week or just in your life in general where everybody's talking past each other type of thing and nothing's getting resolved because everybody just can't even see each other because they're all so intent on whatever it is in their mind going whatever way, and maybe they just not even focused on it to begin with, that type of thing. So you might be seeing this, all right, and you might be the only person that has like their head on straight in this situation. So just do your own thing, let that pass, because that energy, that is something that does pass. Okay, so just let it pass. All right, we got Capricorn. Capricorn, this energy is in your first house. All right, your energy, this energy is your energy. All these planets, they're all about you, Capricorn. They're all saying, hey, Capricorn, this is your time, Capricorn. This is the time for you to learn the things, to become the master. Let's see what this has to say for you, Capricorn. Let's see what this has to say about your mastery. Now, Capricorn, Venus is in your 12th house right now. So that is me. It's in Aquarius. That means that things that are like new and humanitarian based and like hope and stuff like that, it's kind of on your way back burner. But that stuff might come to the peek into your world and be like, hey, Capricorn, I'm here. You want to come play? How you deal with that is up to you, but it's there. That's Venus. All right, Cappy. 4 of Cups, upright. That is luxury. That's good. That means you're going to feel like pampered by the universe. Now, today, or maybe in the near future, just you're going to feel like the universe is just kind of filling up your big cup, right? With all its small cups. It's just coming in with cup after cup, just it's filling you up, all right? That's good, right? Make sure you don't get too entitled to that. Just accept it for what it is. Enjoy it, whatever it may be. That little bit of luxury you get here at the beginning of the week. Have fun with it. All right. 8 of Swords, midweek. This is that same energy I just talked about with Sag. But it's your astrological energy. So that means, although all these planets are in your first house in Capricorn, for some reason, nothing's connecting. All right? Nothing's really connecting this week. It's kind of like midweek, you're just like, everything is just, nobody's really getting it. No one's really understanding what's going on. And you feel like you're the only one that gets it type of thing. Or you feel yourself even scattered. Like everything's scattered. Not just everyone, but you too. All right? That'll pass. Take a deep breath. Could be the card of anxiety. Could be high anxiety this week. All right? Breathe. Center yourself. Whatever was giving you this, maybe it will extend a little bit further. Maybe you can go back in the past and call upon it somehow. I don't know. Maybe not. But if you can, it might be worth it because that anxiety may get to you if you let it. So try to calm yourself. All right? Do not resort to drugs and alcohol. Late week. King of Cups reversed. This is an emotional person. Somebody with a deep reservoir of emotions. And it's a man. And it's reversed. So this person is dwelling in their negative emotions, all right? Let them. Stay away from it. You don't need that, all right? You started the week with this. Go back to this, wherever this was. Find that. Ditch the other thing. Ditch this dude. Ditch this dude that's crying in his cups, and he's supposed to be the king, but he just wants to float on his back and not get stuff done. All right? He's not doing what's right. So just let him go. Just let him go. Maybe he'll figure it out. Maybe he won't. But that's not your job to figure it out for him. All right, Capricorn. Let's go to Aquarius. Aquarius. I'm getting towards the end here. I have almost an hour and a half. Been a good long reading. Aquarius. Your stuff's in your 12th house, man. All this Capricorn energy. You are like the master of Zen right now. Like, you are becoming the master of Zen, Aquarius. Like, you are like the guru of the zodiac right now. Everybody could come to you and sit at your feet and be like, "Oh, wise Aquarius, what should we do?" And you'd be like, "You should do this." And you'd be right. That's your energy right now, Aquarius. And Venus is in your house, the 11th house. So you are just, everybody sees it too. I'll put it that way. All right. Hermit reversed. This is This is today, maybe tomorrow. You are burnout. All right. Whatever it is, maybe it's emotional stuff, especially with all these planets in your 12th house. Maybe you just, this is the card of escaping a lot of times. The Hermit upright is about self-knowledge and holding an inner light and kind of showing it to those worthy of seeing it and being to yourself for a reason for development and stuff like that. But when it's reversed, it's like that's not why you want to be alone. You just want to be alone to be away. All right, to be away. Or maybe it's emerging from a time that you're not ready to emerge yet. You don't want to emerge, and that's the energy. It's like maybe you were away and now you got to go back to something. Like you got your time as the hermit, but now you got to return to the real world sort of deal. Or a combination of both. All right, so your astrological card midweek is the Fool reversed. This is, yeah, I'm getting that with the Hermit reversed. The Fool reversed to me is saying you don't want to go on this thing. You don't want to start this thing. This is about new beginnings or starting something or going to do, So this is about you coming into a situation that you're not really wanting to, all right? You've got some apprehension. You're not really in it. Like, your heart is not in it. You just kind of want to walk away from it, really. You're almost done with it. Like, to that point, maybe this time that you've had away from it has made you realize that you just don't want to do it. You're going to have to figure that out, Aquarius. You really are. Maybe you're meant to do something else. Maybe you are. And maybe that's why everything's happening the way that it's happening, because all those things that normally nobody would think that you would be thinking about, mystical stuff, you are, okay? And not only are you, you're really good at it, and you know that, and you are thinking a lot about it, and you're almost, maybe this is you keeping yourself from doing it because it's in reverse, and this is about new beginnings. So maybe you're afraid of doing something new, but the universe is trying to get you to do something new, okay? So that's what this energy is about. End of the week, 7 of Swords. This is about a sword fight. Clashing of swords. Clashing of words, right? Sparring. So This could be you trying to sort everything out, talking it out with people, and dealing with the repercussions. All right? We'll leave it at that, Aquarius. All right, Pisces. Last but not least, all this stuff for you, Pisces, is going on in your 11th house, which is the house of hopes and dreams, the house of connecting with people that are not always in sight, but they're not quite out of sight, out of mind. Maybe people on the internet, maybe relatives that aren't your household relatives in your house, but extended family. It also can do with money, maybe a little bit of money, things like this. It can also do with humanitarianism and being called to be humanitarian. For you, Pisces, maybe you are being called to be humanitarian. And you are learning how to a high degree to where you're functional with it. And you're really doing well with that, okay? Your mind is shifting towards helping humanity, all right? In a practical way, like communicating it, like using your mouth and your words and making stuff happen. All right, Pisces. King of Pentacles reverse. This is today, tomorrow, sometime early week. You've got somebody, position of authority usually when they're the King of Pentacles. Not always. Sometimes the King of Pentacles is just like a miserly type of person when it's reversed. So you have a miserly type of person. Hopefully they're not in a position of authority over you. But they're really, they can be judgmental. Maybe they are judging you, this person, this man. Maybe you're feeling that judgment, like they see you a certain way. They see you not achieving, right? They think you're a non-achiever. They think that you're a money sucker, not like a money generator. And you're probably going to have to deal with that person. That sucks. Because that's not the truth, right? It's not the truth. That's just this person's perception. This person doesn't understand what's going on. Just keep that in mind. You know, because you're a mutable sign. You don't have to get in some kind of confrontation over this. You can just kind of let that person be wrong. All right? Let them be wrong. Move on. Don't even give them the time of day if you can afford not to. We got justice. Upright. So, like I said, this person's wrong. Maybe this person was somebody who was supposed to give you money, Pisces, or is trying to keep you from getting money, but you're gonna get money. This is upright justice. This is like the universe is saying, no, Pisces is right here. Pisces is going to get the money. That type of thing. Justice. This is about the universe backing you up when it comes to right and wrong. It's saying, it's weighing you. It's weighing this heart here. It's from Egypt. It's like the heart and the feather, right? Basically, if you abide by natural law, which basically governs everybody in the universe, and you do what's right, the universe backs you up. And when you're in a situation where injustice could befall you, a lot of times because you're doing what's right, the universe will back you up. And that's what the energy of this is midweek. So I would say that people might come to your aid in this situation with this guy probably. Other people might have something to say about it because they see that you're right. Okay, or the courts itself, there could be a court case deciding in your favor, things like that, the actual legal system. End of the week, Pisces. King of Swords, upright. You know, these two cards have a lot to do with each other. This is like a judge. This is like the verdict. All right? So this person could be the guy who has your back and is going to bat for you against this person. It could make all the difference in the world. So Pisces, look for this guy, and if this guy does help you, make sure you give him a big fat thank you at the end of the week. Make sure you appreciate him, because not only is it the right thing to do, but it could really benefit you even further. Like, this person could be there and have your back for more than one occasion. All right, everyone. That is the weekly reading. I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing these every week. So putting weekly on there is kind of, I don't know, not really the most honest thing to say. But at the same time, it was for the week. So when I can do it, when the universe aligns, I will. In the meantime, I'm going to be seeding this channel with some esoteric videos from my other channel that I have unpublished. And I'm going to be taking them off the channel and put them on this channel little by little. I haven't even had time to do that. I intended to by now, to at least get started on that. But I've got a lot of new stuff going on in my life, and it's really kind of awesome. I've got a roommate that I write music with, and we're spending a lot of time doing that. So usually if I come home and there's a guitar, that's what I'm going to be doing. Okay, so bear with me. I don't want to neglect this channel. It is something that I know that I want to do, and that's the main reason why I'm doing it. It's because I actually want to. So when I can, take a minute and get some enjoyment out of doing readings for you guys, I will. And I will try my best to be more consistent with it. All right. Acoustic Steve-O, the Human Patriot, out.